founders from the network marketing industry are now learning how to do e-commerce because they know that this is a real model that doesn't go up and down. So, guys, I'm going to have the pleasure of turning the presentation over to our CEO and founder, Hitesh Junja, but I'm just as excited as you, and I think as you see what's coming out here on top of the rollout preparing to happen throughout Europe and South America. Hitesh, I mean, I'm just going to keep talking here because in my 21 years, I have never seen anything be poised like we are today. So I'm just going to hand it over to you before I babble on.
Thank you very much. And that was, I mean, I can imagine why you're excited. So thank you very much, Ken. And I have Kevin Hokwana here with me. He's our CMO, and we're going to go through some very, very, very exciting things. But before I do that, I would like to confirm that you can see my screen and you're able to hear me. So if you can, just say something to the effect of, yes, I can hear you. Perfect. So let's walk through the very, very quick basics first, okay? And then we're going to move on to the very exciting things that are happening and what we're actually rolling out, what we've all been kind of slowly and steadily working towards. Maybe not very slowly. Things like this usually take years. But let's walk through this quickly. And by the way, guys, just to clarify, Ken multiple times referred to in his 21 years. He's referring to his 21 years in network marketing. He's not actually 21. He's ancient, somewhere in the 50s, I think. So just want to clarify that for everyone. So guys, let's continue with this. The very first basic updates that we have are all designed around getting you guys in INFINii to more sell on your e-commerce site and get you there even faster. Okay. What's going on right now with INFINii is really insane. We are absolutely exploding all over the world. We have massive growth in many, many, many countries and many regions all over the world. Of course, in our main base, which is the US, it's just going crazy. We've had thousands upon thousands of users participating in e-commerce very successfully. Our first 90 days, we tracked over 25 million in sales just from the people who were using the ALC and on the eBay side. And now we have additional stuff for Amazon and Bonanza and so on, and those numbers are just through the roof. And we're going to present those numbers here in a little bit as well. At the same time, we've had hundreds of partners who have made somewhere in the thousands of dollars range already in the pre-launch phase with the commissions, and we actually have some people nearing $100,000 in commissions in the pre-launch alone, which is very, very exciting because one of the core ideas behind INFINii is to build a leverage system where our customers generate an income without a lot of hard work, because they are able to leverage Amazon, eBay, Google, and many of these basic things, and actually e-commerce as a trend, as a whole. And at the same time, build a system that our partners and marketers are able to leverage to develop a strong income for themselves. And that's really what's going on here. But most importantly, if you really pay attention to what's going on, the entire happiness quotient, as I call it in the company, is going up. It's all trending up. People are beginning to realize that this is a very strong, legitimate thing, that it's just the thing that everybody has been hoping for and waiting for in terms of being able to do something different from the traditional style of either network marketing or making sales online or home business in general. So what we have done over the last 90 days, especially over the last 30 days, is if you log in your back office right now and you check out your Prime training videos, you'll find that all new training videos are now in place. We have updated everything related to eBay, everything related to Amazon, everything related with Bonanza. We have very specific designed trainings for international users as well. A shout out to our content development team there, Carly Han and Nikki and Parrish and Bill, and all of these people have just done an incredible job on bringing it all together and putting it all together. It's been awesome. You will see written instructions and subtitles available. So if you are somebody who is challenged when it comes to being able to hear properly or being able to follow things on video, or you have a slow internet connection, you actually have instructions and subtitles available, so you can use those. And we also have translations available in multiple languages for a tremendous amount of the content, and we're constantly producing more translations as well. Okay, so all of that is the basic stuff on getting things going. Now there are some cool things that we have done over the last 30 days, and I'm putting this all in the basic category. For some people, this will be groundbreaking and revolutionary and stuff. But in our opinion, this is still the basic stuff, and we will come to the more exciting stuff very soon. But one of the things we did is, if you look at our statistics on our ALC side, and you might have heard that our users, on average, make 6 times the sales of the average eBay seller. Okay, that's a very, very powerful statistic. And one of the reasons they do so is all the fancy things that we do in the background. When you make a listing with the eBay listing creator in INFINii, you're getting a system that produces a listing for you, optimizes it for you, does it pretty quickly, actually. It takes about 30 seconds or so. And at the same time, it also does some things in the background to help you get stronger rankings. We've just added a whole new thing to it, which is if you go to your settings page in your back office, go to the social media settings, and you can now connect your Google Plus and Twitter accounts. If you don't have any, you can actually just create some, and you can actually connect those together. And if you're a Surge member, every time you make a listing, we also generate some social signals for you automatically to help boost your rankings in real time. Okay, and the results of that is, it's just been insane looking at what's been happening on that. And to make sure you were tracking that properly, we actually put together a new sales report system for Amazon and eBay. So you can see where the sales are coming from. You can choose what are the right products to grow, what are the products you should focus on, and generate a bigger income off of. And here is an example of one of those. This particular user, as you can see the dates and everything on here. We've just hit the sensitive information. Just over the last 20 days or so, has already produced well over $2,500, almost $3,000 in sales, just on eBay alone. So this is one of the really cool benefits. We've been beta testing a lot of these things in the background. It's just very exciting to see what's going on the e-commerce side. Now, there is one major thing to roll out and one major thing to talk about, which I'm going to come to. But before we do that, I actually want to bring in Kevin, our CMO, one of my closest friends, just an awesome guy all around. And Kevin, if you could come in and walk us through something, which is a unique concept that we thought of. What if you had the same thing that you're seeing right now, which is you can create listings pretty much on autopilot, you can track your results, you are getting the traffic generated from multiple sources, in this case eBay is doing bulk of it for you, and you can just leverage this entire system to grow a very strong e-commerce income. Imagine doing the exact same thing on the partner side, and instead of making 10 to 12% profit margins, making 70% on the compensation plan in your profit margins. So what Kevin is going to show us is the very awesome part of INFINIi's partner system, which allows you to do the exact same thing and do it on nearly autopilot, in 30 seconds producing your own sales systems and everything else for the partner side. So Kev, if you want to come on here and show us exactly what you've been working on.
Definitely. I'm going to pull the screen real quick. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Can you guys see my screen here?
Not yet, Kev. Yeah, I think you need to click on share.
Yep, I did it.
There you go.
There we go. Okay, got it. Okay, great. So if you can see my screen, awesome. So I'm gonna do this in a couple of different ways, because there's really two ways that I want to get this information out and show you guys what we got for you. And this platform is something that we designed that has taken. We've really designed this from the floor up, in the sense that we know what we wanted in a system. We've tested multiple systems on traffic and lead generation, and the sad part is we've broken a lot of them. Just that they didn't perform to par. They looked great, they looked wonderful, they looked stylish, they looked sleek, but at the end of the day, they couldn't keep up. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. But first, if I can take 5 minutes, I want to walk you guys through from the partner side what you really need to do to be successful, and really kind of hammer home what this does, and then I'm going to give you a quick demo. Does that sound cool? Awesome. So this is the system, and I'm going to talk to you about a little bit how it works real quick. So the way that this system works, and how to generate leads, how we generate leads online for systems like this, and how we follow up with leads, right? All these three things are really going to be critical to your success. So for those of you who are really new with growing a home-based business using sales funnels and things of that nature, this is going to be a 2-minute crash course. So here's how a system works, a marketing system works. You start out with the capture page, right? And that capture page is designed to barter, to trade something. You show somebody out there on the internet, I've got this cool thing, and I need some currency for that. And that currency is their contact information, their email address, their phone numbers, their name. And that information is valuable, and they know it's valuable these days. That's why it's harder and harder for people to generate leads and sales online, because people know that these things are valuable. But this is how a system works. You put a capture page out there, and you have somebody go in there and opt in by generating traffic. That traffic that came in when they opted in goes on what's called an autoresponder. At the same time, and this autoresponder allows you to follow up with them. At the same time, it sends them over to a sales funnel, a sales page that will sell them on your opportunity, aka INFINii. And a select few people who come through there, not all of them definitely, but some of them are going to inevitably purchase from you. Now, this is called a sales funnel. Okay, and I think a lot of people, this might be very basic for a lot of people, but for those of you who don't know this, you really got to wrap your head around it. And the funnel looks something like this. People come to your website, they go in the top of a funnel, and the more people you feed in the top, more sales come out the bottom. So it's a numbers game if you do something right. And most companies and most people can't do something right. They can't get the sales. They can put 1 million people in the top and no sales come out the bottom. So let's take a minute and look at what the goal is in this whole process to do this, to get this traffic, to get these leads, to get these sales. What you're really looking to do is you're really looking to spend money if you can. And I know that makes people cringe sometimes, but the goal is really to spend $1 and make $1.50. If I could show you a way where you could spend $1 and make $1.50, would you do that? Would that be something you would be interested in doing all day long? Let me see what you guys think about that. Spend $1 to make $1.50. You'd probably do that all day long. You'd probably say, how can I just keep doing that? How many times can I do that? You'd be trying to throw as much money at it as you can, right? So that's the main goal. And I want to show you some of the things that I've thrown money at in the last, several months in advertising. This is a snapshot from one of my Bing accounts, and this is $18,000 spent in advertising. Okay, I know a lot of people are going to cringe and go, "That's crazy," but would I spend this much money on advertising if I wasn't making a profit? Or would I have stopped at my first $500? Ask yourself that question. So if I'm going ahead and I'm spending $18,000, and I see some of the names on here, and I'm really excited you guys are here. Simon, how you doing, brother? $18,000 in one traffic source, generating me leads at $1.94. to the tune of 10,000 leads through this one marketing platform, through this one advertising source on one of my accounts. The only reason why I would keep doing that and driving clicks and sales like that is if it was profitable, which it was. So that's why you would keep going. So just want to prove that to you. YouTube, here's another one of my favorite marketing strategies that we're going to dive into. Okay, this has 45,000 views on this video and currently results in an average of about a sign up a day right now into DS domination. Okay, and here's what that looks like right here. Okay, this is what the emails look like when they come through, just so you know. I get rid of all the ones that say commissions because they pile up. So this is from all these signups right here, right now, currently, that you see, are all of them are coming straight off of this video and a few others that I have out there. So we're going to teach you, I'm going to be digging into this and teaching it to you. Facebook. I want to show you something pretty cool. This is a Facebook fan page. I'm not big on Facebook. Who here has ever tried to contact me on Facebook and missed me? It's because I get on Facebook and I get off of Facebook because that little green light comes on. People see I'm on there, and then, yeah, I got some people in the chat saying all the time, I apologize, but I hop on there and then I get a lot of messages, and I feel bad if it pops up in front of me, so I hop off. So you can imagine how little time I spend on Facebook. Yet it took me maybe 2 weeks to go ahead and generate, 65,000 likes to my fan page, and in real marketing terms, that comes out to something like this. And I'm going to blow this image up, actually. So there you go. You can see it better. I made one post to a YouTube video, why people fail in their home-based business. It reached 14,000 people and got 600 likes on a fan page that was literally hadn't been touched. I decided to do some marketing on it, and boom, got several results like that. I'm going to be teaching it. Who wants to learn that? Does anybody want to learn that? Let me see what you guys got. Let me see if you want to learn this. Okay, cool. Awesome, there we go. So this is just another thing, solo advertisement. I'm going to teach you guys this too, and I've got some special guest trainers that are going to be helping me out with this, some of the best in the industry on sending out solo ads, okay? But all of the traffic that you see me doing, whenever I run traffic and I spend $18,000 on one campaign and generate signs up all the time, right? People are coming to the door. The whole thing, the reason why that works is because we have follow-ups, because of the way that we follow up, because of the capture pages we use, because of the sales funnels that we use. This is not typical results. These are not typical results for any company, but they can be pretty darn typical for us because I can teach you to do the exact same thing I'm doing. In fact, I'm not just going to teach it to you, I'm going to hand it on over to you. And that's where INFINii Network comes into play. This system was designed to do everything that I just did and teach you how to do this. Okay, and then instead of teaching you how to create the capture pages and the sales pages and draft up the emails and all that stuff, we just simply do it for you in so many different ways. It's nuts. Okay, so this is the back office, and this is an account that I set up this morning. You can see my ugly mug right over here. And what we can do here, this is the dashboard, and what you're going to see is your subscriber stats. How many people you had on your list today, how many people you had on your list yesterday. There's not going to be any because this is a new account. Now, if I go down to start here, you have an orientation. This video that starts up right here, you're going to get your hands on this. It's going to be an orientation and a welcome to welcome you in. We walk down through to an orientation. I'm going to show you how to get up with this in minutes. You come down this orientation, you watch it. I'm a little bit aggressive in this because I really need you to pay attention in this video. So when you get back here, I need you to pay attention to this video, okay? And then we come over, we go do our system setup. We start setting up our system. We start setting up our autoresponders, our redirects. We say if we want to get notified, okay? Every single page has a video that walks you through it. At no time are you confused about what is going on. You want to know, you want to integrate your autoresponders in the system, you do it. You click on this button right here, you come on over, and I show you exactly how to do it, and I give you the campaigns to do it with, so you don't have to think about writing the emails. So you don't have to do anything on that end. Yes, later on, we'll hone your skills, but for right now, this is what we're going to do. Okay? Who enjoys this stuff, by the way? Who enjoys this so far? Awesome. So, let me see, my screen froze up for a second. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you kind of the nuts and bolts of this, the meat and potatoes of this, and how you can set this stuff up so quick. So I'm going to go to my business center, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a funnel. Okay, I'm going to create a campaign. Do you see this campaign? I tested this out this morning, and it got me I tested it myself, 4 views. One of them was unique. Obviously, it was just me. 1 opt-in, 25% conversion rate. Let me show you what I did to actually create this funnel. I went to create a campaign right here, and then when I got here, I just went ahead and I typed in test. And I'm going to type in test. And then I'm going to come down and I'm going to pick a capture page. Now by the time you get back here, I've got about 15 capture pages being loaded in today. So you're going to see a lot more. You're going to see video capture pages, multi-purpose, solo ads, all that stuff. So I'm going to select this capture page right here, this video capture page. And then I'm going to select my sales page. Do I want my customer-oriented sales page, or do I want an opportunity webinar replay? Let's go with the customer-oriented, right? And what autoresponder do I want to use? Do I want to use my Aweber, my GetResponse, or do I want to use my INFINii Network? I'm going to use my INFINii Network. I'm cheap. So then I'm going to go ahead, and if I have a tracking code, and you don't have to worry about this, but for those of you who are big on tracking and doing paid advertising with Bing or Facebook, you need a tracking code. You need to know what's going on externally as well as internally. and I'll hit create campaign. And what it does is it spits me out my campaign. So now from here, I just go ahead and grab my link. I pop this up, and I've got my page right there. It's already done for me. And we all like the sound of that, don't we? So there we go. So now you can fill out my name. I can send this right over to my prospects, and it'll show up as views, as leads, as opt-ins, and I'll see a conversion rate on these pages. So that is how simple this can be. If I want to mail and send out a broadcast to folks, I can do that. I can go ahead and take a look at my leads. I can click on over, and Hitesh, let me know if I'm going too long because this stuff's fun.
Oh, no. Keep at it.
Okay.
There's one point I just want to make very quickly, a very important point. There is a reason why we went ahead and spent the time and the resources on building out the system the way that we did. And the reason is, one of the very unique things about INFINii is it's a company that can actually be built online. You can actually drive customers online, and you can therefore have this parallel growth. You can have the online marketing growth, which is for guys like Kevin and I, and you can have this network marketing growth at the same time, which is for Ken and John and many other people like that. So this gives a very rounded approach where everybody can go around this. And really, Kevin, one thing that I would really like you to talk a little bit about very soon here is the traffic sources and what we're going to be doing on the traffic side, and maybe talk a little bit about what it will allow teams to do internally themselves with this whole system.
Well, definitely. So, I mean, not only are we going to be teaching this stuff, and when we teach, all this stuff, it's all live, right? We're going to be doing it over the shoulder. So you hop on a webinar with us, we start a campaign, we pick it up next webinar, okay? So when you look at the live training, that's how we like to run this. But what we're also going to be doing is we're going to be running some co-ops. And because of what you just saw, because of the fact that you can create a campaign so quickly, and you just use the capture pages that are in there, grab a sales page, create a campaign, it creates a huge opportunity for the leaders out there to do something that they typically can't do, and that is run co-ops for their teams. So we're going to have some very specific strategies on that, and we're going to start running internal co-ops inside of INFINii Network as well for the folks that are in here that are interested in doing this, that want to grow their business on the partner side. And this is where I'll be spending the vast majority of my time, inside of the system, helping people grow, helping people get the results I am, running campaigns with you guys, running sales, traffic, and leads with you guys, so that you guys can see exactly how I'm doing it in an over-the-shoulder fashion. But the co-ops are definitely going to be huge when we go down the road. And we looked at, to be honest, we looked at this, and I probably shouldn't even say this, but we looked at our growth that we've had over the years, and one of the biggest growth periods that we had by far, was when we were running traffic internally. And I think we did, what did we do, Hitesh, around 300,000, 400,000 leads into the system in the early days?
Yep, we did. And we did just over 400,000 leads. We drove about 9 million visitors. Yeah. And that was all internal, guys. That was just Kevin and I.
And what happens when you do that, here's what that does. It's like a pond, right? It's like throwing a giant, 400,000 lead boulder into the middle of a pond, and it creates ripples. And those ripples are people that are out there looking for an opportunity. And so what we saw was a lot of people would go post on YouTube, or they'd write blogs and do SEO, and they'd pick up all that traffic, and it would turn a lot of people into overnight success stories inside of our industry. And some of them probably realize this, and some of them probably don't realize this. But when you drive that much traffic, there's so much more buzz and so much more interest around what you're doing that it creates an opportunity for people to market in ways that they just don't have without somebody doing that. And so we're going to be creating that opportunity, once we start running co-ops and things of that nature, because we're looking to do this all over again, and we're very excited about it. And the compensation plan here is one that long term you just can't be beat. with INFINii. And so you start building teams, and you start putting people into systems like this where they can replicate what you're doing and get the training. Oh, and by the way, you can come back here and personally brand this. So you can come over and say, look, I want to add my video, I want to add my photo, and things of that nature in the back office. And what happens is when your downline comes into the system, they can go to meet their sponsor and they can see you, right? And this is the default video. It just says your sponsor will be updating it soon. And they can look and go to your Twitter page, go to your website page, send you an email, check out your bio, give you a call, and there's more variables that we'll add in here to where you guys down the road can actually add in your own training and say, look, I've got a couple videos that I want everyone that I refer to see. And in that scenario, you'll be able to do this right here in the back office without anything else. So we're pretty excited about the direction that this is going. Well, the direction it's arrived at, I guess. It wouldn't be the direction that we're going. It's the direction we arrived at, right? So really excited about this. And yeah, it's game time, guys. So what we're going to do, we have a couple more things that we need to finalize, and then we're going to let some folks in. And we're going to do an early bird where we let folks get in here and raise their hand and say, yep, I want in. I want to get into INFINii Network. Sign me up, Scotty, beam me up, let's get going, let's get in here. And so I'm going to give you guys a form to fill out, and you guys will be the first ones to get access to this if you so choose. And it's a simple form. It's just you raising your hand saying, hey, I want to lock in my spot. And what we'll end up doing is we'll make sure that you get into the system first, before we loose it to the masses. Okay? So does that sound cool to everybody? Hitesh, are you still with me?
I'm here. And guys, we need to address two very quick things. And just so everybody realizes, this is super awesome. There are still two more pretty awesome announcements coming, okay? So hang on, but go ahead and fill out that form, get that going. And Kev, do you want to walk through, now guys, obviously as you've seen, and as you can see your potential upside on this entire system, you can hopefully see that this is going to be worth tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars worth for your team, especially if you're a leader who has a team. It's going to be massive for you. So, of course, we have to charge you in proportion to that. So, Kev, do you want to give them the very hefty price?
Yeah, I think they know. It's $9.95. So I think they got that. We just like saying it over and over again.
Yes.
It's just cool because, yeah, it's exciting.
So, guys, just to clarify, what we're going to have is two partner systems. So we have the current partner, which is the standard package. We have Partner Plus. Partner is $9.95, Partner Plus is $19.95, and that includes all of the things that you just saw. That includes the entire INFINii Network system. I think it's ridiculously cheap, especially given the fact it has its own autoresponder built in, it has the co-op facilities built in, it has just a tremendous number of things back there. Plus, Kevin and I will be putting in a bunch more opt-in pages, which I think you guys will be pretty happy with the conversions you get. Now, Kev, if you want to put the link in the chat box for everybody so they can go over there and work with that, and then we will move to a couple additional fun little announcements for you.
Yep, if you want to grab the screen, my go-to is actually frozen up. It got too excited because of all the news. So if you want to take it back over, it'll probably unfreeze.
Alrighty, so I will take it over, and we will go through two more things very quickly. They're actually kind of three things, but you guys will see it. So can you see my screen? Beautiful. Okay, so guys, let's walk through this. This is literally like if you had to condense, okay, forget the fancy, the training that you will get in all sorts of places, ignoring the detailed stuff for now, and ignoring some of the philosophical, psychological twists on, just believe in yourself and follow your dreams kind of stuff. Let's break down in really real terms, how do you actually make money? Online, offline, network marketing, not network marketing, doesn't matter. It's very, very simple. It's these 5 things. you have to ask yourself these questions. What do I sell? How do I sell it? Who do I sell it to? How do I scale that up? And how do I leverage the whole thing so it becomes perpetual in nature? Okay, or it starts expanding without my personal efforts. That's what leveraging means. Okay, a lot of people have some weird idea of what leveraging means. It just means your earnings or your productivity without your own personal efforts. Okay, that's all it means. So right now, if I ask people, what's your biggest setback? What's the thing that holds you back? Immediately, I guarantee maybe 30% of people would say, I just don't know what to sell. On e-commerce, I just don't know what to sell online. I just don't know what product to promote. That's basically the answer. Okay, actually, who here would say that? That's like the biggest hang-up. I can't figure out what to sell. There you go. So as I said, that would be the main question, main time. So let me address this very simply on the online side of things. The only thing that actually combines all of these things together right now is INFINii, right? So as an INFINii partner, you know what to sell, which is INFINii. How do you sell it? You have the INFINii Network platform, and you have all the resources you've just provided, the technical setup of it. Who do I sell it to? You have a massive audience, and you learn that in the traffic sources as well. How do I scale that up? You have the follow-up systems, you have co-ops and things like that built in. And how do I leverage the whole thing? You have the comp plan for that, right? So this is like a super easy thing to work with when it comes to resolving these 5 basic questions. Now on the e-commerce side, the same thing applies. What do I sell and how do I sell it, right? So here is how you find what to sell. And I'm surprised that I still get messages on Facebook, or I'll get emails, or I'll see sometimes the help desk people going, I didn't even know this thing was there. Okay, all you have to do is go to the product research system, which will help you find what products you should be promoting. Okay, that's your basic question, right? How do I know what to sell? And that's the main thing that you're going to use your product research for. The second question is going to be, how do I actually sell it? And you're going to use the advanced listing creator for that. So you're just going to create your listings using the advanced system, which will automate your listing creation. And your next question is going to be, who do I sell it to? Well, you're going to sell it to eBay buyers, because those are the people who are going to buy it from you. Next question is, how do I scale the whole thing up? You follow that up using the surge trick that we showed you guys before, the supremacy trick with surge. It's right here. You go to this, and you basically run automated follow-ups with your e-commerce buyers, just like Evan showed you how to do with your lead generation in the network on the network marketing side or online marketing side. And then finally, how do I leverage the whole thing, right? So let's answer the question of how do I leverage the whole thing on the e-commerce side, okay? Would that be exciting if you had a way to leverage the entire world of e-commerce in a little bit more direct manner than we are doing right now as users of eBay and Amazon? All right, I'm just waiting for the yeses. Okay, so here we go. I want to show you guys something that you should enjoy. So there's a little thing called the INFINii Marketplace, okay? And it's the closed vendor-to-consumer ecosystem that we've been creating in the background. We've been running some tests on and all that good stuff. And hopefully you guys will find pretty exciting, okay? Here's how it works. INFINii users, which is all of you guys, you refer vendors, domestic and international vendors, who are basically sellers, and they upload their items, their catalogs, whatever the product is that they manufacture, or so on. And all of the INFINii members, all the other members, can source those products from the marketplace directly. So they can get the product at manufacturer prices, they can sell them on eBay, Amazon, and other places. But in return, if you refer the vendor, you get to earn extra bonus business volume on every sale that happens through the marketplace from that vendor. Okay, so here is how easy it is, actually ridiculously easy for the vendors themselves. Once you recommend a vendor to us, they basically come in here, they upload their products, they have all the functionality back here, you know, from refund management, shipping management, to reviews of the product, all that good stuff is all available in here. They can upload everything and start running with that. And it's very easy for them to create individual products if they want. As you can see right here, we had one of our test users create a listing of a product. This was a Paw Patrol Sky costume, hat and mitten set. This is apparently a children's popular set from some TV show. And as you can see, in this case, since this is coming right from one of the suppliers, it's available for $4.60. Now, actually, even from the supplier, it was available for $4.95. But you see this little cool thing here, which is a discount amount. As an Excel user, because the person logged in this case, me, who's about to buy this as an Excel user, I get an additional 7% discount on this product. Okay, so imagine all your sales over the year. Imagine making an extra 7 to 10% profit on that alone. Okay, that right there would be pretty darn ridiculous on what you would be able to get, right? Now, here is how it rewards you as a referrer. So this is actually a test statistics where you have referred 24 vendors, and in this case, it's looking at the total sales of the products of that vendor. 857 things were sold from that vendor, totaling $19,452. You generated an additional 1,167 BV. And your organization, remember the same thing happens here in the compensation plan as happens with business volume right now. Your entire binary structure and your entire P structure is contributing this business volume to the whole thing. Okay, so if you are somebody who has a bunch of people who are referring vendors, who are doing the e-commerce stuff, then you start seeing this business volume add up. And in this particular case, you are seeing at roughly 12,000 volume on left, 12,600 in volume on right, and almost 16,500 in PET as well. This is extra business volume that was generated just from e-commerce activity that had nothing to do with people signing up for Prime Search and Excel. So you are not just leveraging the partner system and leveraging Amazon and eBay, you're also leveraging the entire INFINii ecosystem itself to generate a massive income on top of what you're doing. Okay, so let me show you guys a really neat example on this. What I'm actually going to do is search for mittens and hat. Okay, let's see what it's on eBay for. Okay, there's this is the exact product that we just looked at. You can see it's selling for $14.99 to $16.86, and in our case, because we were getting it from the vendor, we were looking at $4.60. Okay, so what I would do in this case is I would go to eBay, I would make a listing selling the product for, let's say, $14 or $15, whatever the going market value is. You don't need to underprice it. Okay, some people think that you have to keep underpricing it. You don't have to underprice it, but you just do it at fair market value and try to keep competitive. I sell the item on there, then I come to INFINii Market, I order the product, and the product gets delivered to the customer off of eBay, and I just pocket the difference. The benefit here is that instead of relying on other retail places, I can do it internally. It's generating business volume, and I'm getting what is potentially the cheapest price that exists. Okay, so who thinks this is somewhat exciting so far? Very cool. So all of the parameters, guys, the specific parameters on shipping costs, shipping times, all of those things are defined by the vendors themselves. And there's obviously a lot of excitement that will come out of that when you start seeing that happen on a massive scale. And it's actually very easy for you to apply for this as well. So if you look at, actually this is where you would go for your social settings and your binary settings. This is your settings page, just to remind you. But what you would do is you would just apply for the marketplace in your INFINii back office, just like Kevin gave you an application to fill out to use the Partner Plus system. The same way there is an application for you to apply as somebody who can refer vendors. So it's going to ask the question, are you applying as a vendor yourself, or will you be referring others? And you can select self, referring others, or both. And then you're going to select your 3 primary categories that you will be referring vendors for. So home and garden, and if you hold control, you can select multiple categories. You want to give us 3. So maybe you have a friend or a connection who manufactures contemporary house decor or whatever. You put that in home and garden category. Maybe you have somebody who manufactures licensed kids toys. You would select kids and toys and so on. So you just select the 3 primary categories and go ahead and submit. And now we will take a look at the application. There's about a week-long process where we go through and we sort out everybody's applications, and then we go ahead and approve you for it, you will now get a special link that will show up on this page that will allow you to refer vendors to our marketplace. And those vendors will be able to create an account. They'll be able to sell with us, just like I showed you. They'll upload their entire catalog if they want. And every time those products sell, you will receive some commission on it. Okay, so it's way better than just an affiliate program because it just keeps adding up. Okay. So you can obviously, if you're somebody who is not going to be referring vendors, that's fine because you will be using INFINii Market still to source products at a really low price, right? So for everybody in this ecosystem, it exists for you to be able to source products at a cheap price. For people who want to refer vendors, which may probably be, in my opinion, will probably be less than 10% of the actual user base, 10% or so of you will be really active and they will refer a bunch of vendors. About 50% to 60% of our user base is going to be very active and actively selling on e-commerce and sourcing those products. And then the same thing is going to happen on the partner side. We're going to have about 30 to 40% of the user base that's going to refer one or two people. And you're going to see 10% of the people who get really into it. They're going to refer a lot of people. And that's the same thing that's going to play out here. Okay, and again, you'll see that reflected also in how the business volume is generated and so on. The same concept that we did on the partner side with the rewards plan and referral systems, we are doing on the e-commerce side with the referral systems. The same thing that everybody loves on the e-commerce side, which is you worry not a whole lot about how will I get the traffic, how do I do this technically, how I'm going to build these sales pages and all that stuff. The same thing we're doing for you on the partner side, which is we give you INFINii Network that has the sales pages, that has the opt-in pages, that has the tracking systems, that has the traffic systems, all done for you, all in one place, and you can just leverage off of the whole thing. So your people leveraging e-commerce, your people leveraging a partner system, your people leveraging those two things combined, and that is the whole idea behind building a true leveraged ecosystem like this. Now, the INFINii Market site is not going to be available to public. The average person out there will not be able to just go and buy products from the site at manufacturer prices. Otherwise, we would end up driving the price down. So you would have to be an INFINii member to be able to purchase products from there, which is the idea. It's kind of like a closed buyers club, if you will, a buyers club. And you will be able to get exclusive discounts on top of the manufacturer prices in many cases if you're a Prime, Surge, or Excel member, as you can see right here. Okay, so who thinks that's kind of neat, kind of makes a little bit more sense on what we've been doing in the background with the entire thing? Awesome. So Kev, if you want to send everybody a chat message with the sign-up form of the INFINii Network system, and maybe if you could take over the screen and load that up one more time, we'd like to go over some of the statistics and what we have seen happen.
Well, my go-to is frozen up on this side, so I cannot do that, sir. But if you go ahead and pause the screen and your Skype, it'll be there for you.
That's what I was going to suggest. Thank you.
Yep, I read your mind, sir.
Alrighty, so everybody should now be able to see in your chat box on GoToWebinar. You should see a link linking you to this page right here, where you just fill out your first name, last name, INFINii username, and your email address. Click on yes, lock in my spot, and you will be added to the early bird list to get access to our INFINii Network system. And you guys don't have to wait an entire week or something like that for it. It's actually a pretty quick process. Usually takes less than 48 hours, and you'll be done pretty quickly with that. Okay, so far, is this kind of exciting? Is everybody enjoying the whole thing so far? All right, beautiful. Okay, and guys, yes, we will actually be providing these opt-in pages and marketing things and trainings in other languages as well, including Spanish. Okay, so keep in mind that the process of translation is unique because some things do not translate perfectly. So we go through a process where we have multiple people who help us with it. So it takes a little bit of time, but we will get it taken care of, and you guys will be pretty happy with it. I'm going to clarify one question quickly, and then we will move on to the final announcement that hopefully will make people a little bit happier. So the main thing that I want to clarify is in terms of pricing. You do not pay $9.95 for the partner subscription and pay $19.95, your $19.95 includes the partner subscription. So you're only paying $10 extra. Okay, so hopefully that's very clear, and I hope that nobody has those questions again. Guys, honestly, this is so ridiculously dirt cheap for what it is. It's kind of like, even as we're doing this presentation, we're going, this is kind of radical that we're giving it away for what we're giving it away for. Okay, now let's talk about one final piece. As we are opening up the marketplace, we're bringing that whole thing on board. You guys realize that the Springboard was kind of a beta version of the marketplace. The whole idea was to work towards bringing that whole thing out. Now, many of you hopefully have seen that many Springboard items have actually sold in your back office. So if you go to your back office and you look at the Springboard products, you will see that some things have actually sold back there. Okay, so you would go to reports and you'd be able to see what has sold. But here is what we're going to do, and I don't think any company would ever do it or even consider doing it. So I'm just going to put it out there. Here, so we had a lot of discussion about this internally. Many people who joined INFINii were first-time INFINii buyers. Okay, you're the first-time members. You've never done e-commerce in your life, and despite us saying, listen, be careful. Choose your products carefully. Make sure that you're selecting products that sell well, that you do some background research on, especially when you're purchasing third-party products and things like that. We do see, many people just came in. This were like, oh, I'm just going to buy the stuff. Right? And we also had cases where honestly it was promoted like a passive thing. And despite us, trying to clarify that piece and trying to explain how e-commerce works, for many people who were not familiar with it, it was kind of, a confusing thing maybe. So this is why, by the way, guys, make sure you watch all the training videos. You would understand so much. Take the extra hour and a half, 2 hours to go through the training videos, because it will completely change how you perceive these different things. So here's what we've decided to do. And I think it's kind of nice of us. In some ways, a stupid business decision, but I think it's something that we can kind of afford to do, so we might as well. So on the 15th of March, you're going to see the payouts coming in from the first set of products that were ordered in December and sold in December. Okay, so sold in December on Amazon, payout happening on March 15th. Because remember, when a product sells on Amazon, then we have to get paid, and then we have to give it 30 days, so there are no returns and things like that. If you have products that have sold already in the Springboard, then just keep the profit, okay? If you have products that have not sold in Springboard, just write us, and we will take control of the product and release the credits back to you. And you can use those credits towards the advertising co-ops, you can use it towards other products, you can use it towards the marketplace, you can use it towards your rebuilds, whatever you want. But we will just basically assume the cost on those things, and we just take over those products. And you guys keep the profit if you made a profit, and if you didn't make a profit, if it didn't sell yet, you just release the product back to us. Okay? So I don't think there is a possibility for a company, for a company to do anything more than that. But this will release to you guys some of the funds that might have been stuck for you, and at the same time, hopefully, also give you the time to take some time and look through the products more carefully, decide on what to sell more carefully, and choose more carefully, and so on. Okay. So, what do you guys think of that? Awesome. There you go. So yes, of course, you guys can still use those. Of course, most of you will not ever need to use those, because Springboard was our really kind of the beta, the first face out there for the marketplace, because that was how we brought a lot of our vendors in, brought our initial set of products in, and things like that. And now that the marketplace is going to start rolling out, you're not going to see the need for it in the same way. And I think that's for the best in many, many different ways, because now it makes it a lot easier for you guys to see what you're putting the stuff towards, and you can actually sell items before you put money towards them. That was one of the things that we were very careful about, and we wanted to make sure that you realize that we have to be careful about things in which you spend money first and then make profits. We always want to make sure that you try to do business as much as possible where you are spending money and making money pretty close to each other, or you're making money first and then spending money second. So that's the whole idea behind the dropshipping model. That's the whole idea behind the partner system, because your return is so fast. You can see in real time what's happening when your advertising dollars are being converted into leads and sales. So now this I think, okay, I'm looking at all the comments and I'm very happy about what you guys are saying. Okay, we are glad that you
guys, this is driving me crazy because I can't see the comments. My go-to's still frozen, and I really want to know what everybody's saying.
They're basically saying that we are just nice, that this is a very classy act, classy move, and it's more than what could be expected. So that's basically what they're saying in many, many, many different ways. So if you guys want to see, what you want to do is you want to go in your back office, you click on reports, okay? In Springboard, go to reports, and you will see your products there. And for products that have sold, you're going to see a little thing over here that's going to say check sales history. And when you click on that, it's actually going to show you every single product that has sold in that sales history. Okay, I'll show you guys an example. I'm just going to pause the screen since I'm going to be logging into a real account. Okay, so guys, here is an example right here of what it looks like. If you can see my screen now. So you see right here, this product right here has actually sold. So you see that it says sales on Amazon. Click here to check history. And then if you do click there to check history, you would see the history showing like this. It will show you what the sales price was, what the date of the sale is, and what the date of the approved payout would be. And you can see the whole thing described really clearly to you. Okay, so it's very, very straightforward. If you see that in your back office, that means your product sold in December. If you don't see that, then your product did not sell in December. Okay, that's all that means. It's very straightforward. For those of you who have sold it, you will hopefully be able to see it. Okay, and so it's for both products, for third-party products and internal FBA products. If you have things that have sold, keep the profit. If you have things that have not sold, just write us and we will take over the product and you will get your credits, and you can use the credits towards the advertising stuff that we'll be doing in the Partner Plus system. You can use it towards your subscriptions, you can use it towards upgrades, whatever you want to do. Okay. Now the other big thing was, what have we been doing in the background on the tool side of things? Again, hopefully guys, we're coming up on an hour and we are like about, I'd say 60% through with all of the upgrades and updates and all the things we've done in the background. But we're going to keep it short. We're going to go maybe 5 more minutes and then move on to the final pieces there. So one of the cool things that we have done on the product side is, if you go under Prime and you look at tools, you're going to get to see your entire eBay sales report history now. So you want to actually go there, you can look at your items sold and everything like that. You will be able to see the faster product research and fun things like that. But if you go to your Amazon side of things, you can actually go see all of your Amazon products. You're able to set up repricing protocols in place if you want to reprice things. So you're able to compete for the buy box. And in reality, you know, to be fair, guys, just from a lot of the study, the buy box rotation is not entirely based on price, as opposed to some people might think or say or teach. It's not based entirely on the price. It's actually based on many different things. And price is one of the big factors, but it's not the only factor. So there are other ways to manage your repricing there as well. There is some really cool training on that you guys can go through for those of you who are interested in that. You can actually do your inventory management in there, and you can also apply this towards our insights system, which will allow you to see what products are doing best, gives you suggestions on what to sell next, and all of the fun stuff like that. All of this is in Prime alone, by the way. So you're looking at insane value when you're talking about Prime. Now, when you go to Surge, you also have the ability to run automated follow-up systems with all of your e-commerce buyers. So you can send automated notifications to them, tell them to buy something else from you, and good stuff like that. Make sure you set those things up for your supremacy messages. It's very easy to set up. You're just going to create a message, and you can literally say, for example, thanks buyer name. So let's say somebody named John buys a product from you on eBay. They get an email from you immediately or 24 hours later, or a week later, whatever you want to decide, saying, thanks, John, here's a little thank you gift. And you can give them a 5% coupon or a discount towards another item that you might have on eBay or Amazon. And what that does, it actually drives more sales than you would realize. Like I gave the statistic before, the people who use this generate 1.8 times the sales of people who are not using this. Okay, it fluctuates a lot depending on many different factors, but on average, looking at data over 18, 19 months, it's about 1.8 to over twice as much money in some cases. So it's a very simple system. Everything that you could think of in terms of leveraging on the Partner Plus side for the partner system or on the e-commerce side with all of these tools, everything you need is right there. It's already in your back office. You really just have to make the time to go through and study all of it. And if you haven't done so in the past 15 days or so, go through the training in here, especially Amazon Shopping for Profits. We just had all new videos put in here that are much more detailed, that go through a lot more of the process. Since we are coming out of the pre-launch phase, the whole idea behind a pre-launch is to give distributors and leaders the time to build organizations, to set up their systems and start growing. Now that we're coming out of that, we are focusing and we're putting out everything on the customer side very strongly, so you can now build up very, in a strong way, in a very legitimate customer-centric manner. So for those of you, the leaders and the people who helped us build together over the last 90 days or so, awesome job. And hopefully your commissions reflect the help that you have given us in building the system up to the level that we have. We're very, very excited about it, and we are extremely excited about what's happening in the future. So we have our pre-launch where we have multiple seven figures in commissions paid, in business volume generated. We have a tremendous number of sales being done on the e-commerce side. We have all of our internal networks in place for the partner system and leveraging things there. We have our internal network set up for the vendors and bringing them into the system. And we have tremendous international reach now. So one big thing that's coming up now is our local events and our events in the international space in European Union especially. So I'm just going to check if Ken and John, if you guys are on, if you can walk everybody through what's going on in the world as a whole with INFINii. What are some of the opportunities that people have available to them to build in other countries, especially right now with what's coming up in Europe in April? That would be great. And if you just want to take over and let everybody know. And guys, you have muted yourself, so you might want to, you might need to unmute yourself. And if they are not able to figure out, Kev, if you want to go ahead and show what's happening.
I can't show. I'm telling you, I'm locked up. Why don't you grab Mr. Barsick? He's on here.
If he is, that's great. Then let's go.
Yes, he's in the attendees. He said he's just watching. We'll pull him out.
Here he is.
Yeah. Trying to hide from us.
Brian, if you can unmute yourself, please.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome. First of all, thank you for everybody to be on the webinar. I know we kind of scheduled this last minute, and the attendance has been unbelievable. So everyone's pretty excited to see what we had to offer today, and Hitesh and Kevin really have created something very unique and very special. So I'm very happy to see that, but also very happy to announce our European tour that is coming up. We've got 5 countries that we're going to in about 12 to 14 days. We are going to start in Athens, Greece, where we have a large number of people already enrolled, and we didn't even corporately announce this yet. From there, we're moving on to Sofia, Bulgaria. We've had very large teams there and a lot of success, people doing very well in that country. So we're going to stay at a beautiful hotel there right in the middle of the city. Moving on from there, we're going to do some training classes during the week on a smaller basis, then head over to Hamburg, Germany, where we've got some new teams that are doing a fantastic job of rallying together and going through some master classes. That'll be on the 9th at the Park Hyatt Hotel. From there, very next morning on a nice 6 a.m. flight, we head to Warsaw, Poland. And if anybody has had a chance to meet or discuss or converse with any of our Polish members, they're a very, very strong community. And if you have people, connections in customers or members in Warsaw, I would definitely want you to reach out to them because that registration is filling up rather quickly. Last and certainly not least, we've been having a number of classes and conversations and really ramping up our Spanish website translations and training classes. We're going to be at the beautiful W Barcelona Hotel in Spain on the 16th. And that event, we're actually bringing two of our e-commerce experts, Michael and Marion, out to that training class and the event. So we're expecting a lot of great things that are coming on for that. You know, one of the things I will point out as we were looking at the attendance at each one of these events, independently and coincidentally, they all came up to about 300 people in capacity at each one of the events. And just today and yesterday, as I was talking with Bill, and Bill is our e-commerce expert that's located in Greece, he had said, you know what, 300 people, 3,000 members. And that 3,000 is kind of the mantra that we've been talking to people about as we go through each one of these cities. So we definitely have a goal of getting 300 people in attendance at each one of these locations. The follow-up goal and the mission for that is to get 3,000 people in each one of these countries. And at the rate that we're going and the interest that we're having, I suspect that's not going to take very long before we do that. Tomorrow, we're going to be sending out a video that John Kinnear has created for us that is just a teaser video that gives everybody some insight on the locations, the cities we're going to, the dates, and the venues. But accompanied with that, you'll see an email that is being distributed tomorrow, which has the registration, the times, the locations, and we're very excited to put this trip on. The leaders and the people in each one of these countries have been extremely helpful, very cooperative, and we're going to be putting on a first-class event. And I can't wait to get out there and meet some of the people that I've been working with for the last few weeks on trying to make sure we coordinate just a first-class event for everybody. So, Atesh, that's all I have, but thank you to everybody on staff, and thank you to everybody in the field for a really good, great teamwork effort to try to pull this off and make sure that we create a first-class event.
That is that's great. I'd like to step in for a second and just say thank you, Brian, because you know this has been such an effort, and I know you worked tirelessly on this stuff, and you know, making all these things happen, and you know, from the entire corporate team, Hitesh and I, and I'm sure everyone on this call appreciates what you're doing to help the growth of this entire company. So beautiful, beautiful.
Absolutely. I just want to echo that. Brian has done an exceptional job managing many things for us, and the same for the whole team. Ken, John, Jason, obviously, and the insanity that he has dealt with for making sure that we have international payments available and things like that is nothing short of mind-blowing. So, guys, it's kind of weird. We've had awesome attendance all the way through, and we hope that everything that we just laid out just makes a whole lot of sense and shows you guys why this is such a unique thing, or shows everyone. I don't want to categorize it and say guys. So it shows everyone that we have a very, very, very unique thing. A very unique thing in the sense that has never been done before. It is truly global in reach. It is truly, truly designed to aid both the network marketing build for those who are you know, who have teams, who have built other companies before, especially for those who are overseas, that works for online building for those who are really more suited for affiliate marketing and driving traffic, that really works for those who just want to do the e-commerce side, that really works for those who have connections with vendors and so on, that works for everybody across the board, and we can together interact in such a way in this ecosystem that everyone gets to leverage a little bit of what the other person is doing. And that's why this is so unique, and that's why it's catching fire the way it is, and why it's growing so massively, and why it's doing so well. So, you know, we are very, very excited about it. I hope you're all very excited about it. And there are a couple of things that I would like to do that we usually do. Kev, would you like to put up the second video on Facebook?
Let me grab it, and I will.
So what we're going to do is what we usually do on webinars like this. We ask two questions. One is, who here is a customer? Okay, as a customer, who has been making money with INFINii? If you could say that in the chat box, that would be awesome. And then we would like to do a live thing. We're going to go to our Facebook fan page. We're going to post a new video. We want you guys to watch it and share your thoughts on it and share your results with INFINii below the video as well. So who here has been making money with INFINii in the past, let's say, month and a half? And this is the best part for all of us. And Ken, John, Brian, I hope you guys are paying attention to this because this is just awesome. Okay, and so Kevin, since you can't see the screen, you can't see the comments, I've actually screenshotted it. You can actually see this. This is happening in real time.
Yeah.
Yep, and they're actually still coming in by the hundreds, as you would expect.
Oh, just had to happen, huh? Had to freeze up when you got this going on.
Well, that's fine. Let's get your let's get the video up, and I would really like to see what people think about that one. So, guys, there's another big difference that you will see, that there are two very unique crowds in this world. Okay, there's a crowd that is predominantly about the presentation, and there is a crowd that is predominantly about the results. Obviously, the people who care about the results far outnumber just the presentation. But if you can combine the two things together in a strong way, in a way that actually works for everyone, it is just so much better, and it's just so unique. So one of the great things that we have going for us with our corporate staff is that we have John Kinnear, who is just exceptional when it comes to the aesthetics and presentation of things. As you know, I like doing things on Paint because I'm all about, let's just do this live and show you guys what's going on. He does beautiful presentations and so on. And one of the things he's been doing with us on our marketing side is producing these really, really strong videos and sales pages that go on sales pages that can be used for not just amazing conversions on the online traffic, but actually relay the message offline to our crowds all over the world as well. So the latest thing in that quest has been a video that is something that Kevin is working on right now and hopefully putting up on our fan page as we speak. Kev, let me know when you have, when you're done or when you're ready. And guys, if you could, this is weird. I didn't even know this. Today marks since I created this account on Facebook. Okay. So guys, if you would please also make sure that when you're getting these results, one of the biggest and the most important things is the social proof of it. So if you can come on here and post on our fan page, if you can come and tag Kevin Hokwana, tag me, tag Ken, and so on, it makes a very, very strong impression. It drives a lot of social proof as well, and that's really strong. And actually, you can see some of the tremendous results that people have been having right here. Go ahead, Kev.
I'm still locked up. It's taking forever for my computer's lagging because of the go-to. So you might want to pause your screen and just.
So here's what we'll do. Yeah, or guys, we'll just do this. We will, since it's already past our deadline, we had decided to close the webinar at 10. We'll just close the webinar for now, but in the next 15 minutes or so, you're going to see the video pop up, a new video pop up, in the same vein as this first one that you have seen and liked, and obviously people have loved. You're going to see another video show up right here, and just keep an eye out for it. Check in about 15 to 20 minutes from now, and if you could share your thoughts along with how you're doing with INFINii and how excited you are about the future, that would be beautiful, and that will allow Kevin and I to actually run a fun little experiment. We're going to turn that into real traffic for you guys. So when you go into the Partner Plus system and start using it, you will start seeing traffic coming in from those things as well, and you'll actually see how that whole thing works. So I hope everybody on this webinar, which is right about 1,000 people, all of you enjoyed it. All of you got lots of updates, got to see what's coming in the future, what's happening with us right now. Hopefully all of you got the link. You go ahead and fill out your application for the marketplace, fill out your application for the Partner Plus system, and we will get you guys rolling very, very soon here. All right, wonderful. So all of you have a great night, and we will speak with you soon.
Night, everybody.